Boker Tov. Today we're dedicating the shiur Leilu Nishmat Deborah Feige Bat Shemuel and Refuah Shalema of Ora Deborah Bat Rivka. You know, someone asked a very interesting question. If we're talking now about Pesach and the days before Pesach, we all know how Borei Olam made all the 10 plagues and how he was playing games with Paro, correct? The first two makot, we know that Paro was able, not Paro, but his Hartumim, his magicians, were able to make the same makot, right? With the blood, they were able to do it. With the frogs, also. From which plague and on, they couldn't do it anymore? From the kinim. How do you say kinim in English? Lice. Yeah, from the lice, they couldn't do it. And the Midrash explains why. Because the lice are so little that a magician he cannot hold something that is so little. So someone asked me, Rabbi, I don't understand. Why God have to make all these balagan? Give the first makkah lice, right? The Hartumim, the magicians, will not be able to do it. They will say, Etzba Elohimi, this is the hand of God, and that's it. So I heard a very nice answer with a mashal. There was a guy that used to live in the Kfar. Kfar is like a town. Now we went to Uman. You remember, Jaime? Went to all those small towns, villages. You feel like in the 1920s, still until today. So there was this guy from the Kfar, from the village, and they found that the guy is, he knows how to, paint very nice. He says, you know what? We got to send you to the big city. Which big city? To Paris. Paris. We're going to send you to Paris. And you're going to learn in a college, university, whatever, how to paint. The guy went a few years. What can I tell you? The guy became the best painter in all Paris. He had a competition with all the top guys. And at the end, he got the first place. So when he got the first place, he was so proud of himself. He said, I want to go back to my village and to tell everybody what I did. Everybody heard about him. He was coming to his village. He arrived to the village and he says, guys, I'm going to put on all type of pictures, right? In the main street. So whoever wants to come and to see what is a good, picture, come and see it. Picture, you say, draw, painting. Everybody came. There were at least 20 type of different paintings. And the people just came and they were amazed. Wow, what a beautiful paint over here. What a beautiful paint over there. So they asked him, what? You did all of these 20? He says, no, none of them. None of them? No, those are my friends' painting. So you're crazy? We want to see yours. Why are you bringing us your friends? He says, Habibi, I want to show you with who I had to compete. If I'm just going to show you mine, what do you understand about painting? Now that I'm bringing you, all the top line of the painting, and you're being amazed, let me now show you mine. Say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if I will tell you, in the 21st century, people are going to say, you know what? Maybe, but Minan, all what God did was to a bunch of Indians, in Mitzrayim, guys that have no concepts at all. God, paint a little bit of water, they became crazy. They had a little bit of, whatever animal it is, they thought that it was a frog. Say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ya Habibi, you want to see to who I had to compete, Kivyachol? Who today, in the 21st century, can make real blood from water? Who? Who can take really from nothing and to do a frog? No one. So that's the type of guys that I had to compete in Mitzrayim. But Rabotai, Chachamim are saying something amazing. Borei Olam put the heart of Paro hard. Right? How do you put a heart hard? How you do that? How you do it? Chachamim are saying, and I'm going to give you an example for that. Basically, it's a story. I don't know if it's a true story, whatever the story, the message is very important. I know a rabbi that he sells books. He has his own books and he sells them. So the rabbi, one time, a guy came up to the rabbi and he told him, Chacham, I would like to buy from you 1,000 books. So, 1,000 books? You should come every day, Habibi. 1,000 books. Okay, how are you going to pay? Says, Rabbi, if you don't mind, checks is okay, a check. So, no problem. The guy gave him a check. What can I tell you? The check is real. You know why the check is real? It's real. Because it bounced. If it wasn't real, it didn't even bounce. Check was real. It bounced. The rabbi was in shock. He says, this guy is fooling me around. But he called him up. The guy says, yes, 1 second, I have to get the money. You know what? I exactly didn't have the money in the bank account. Say the rabbi, after a month, this same guy approached the rabbi again and tells him, Rabbi, I got to tell you something. Oh, you coming to pay? No. Before I need another 1,000 books. Do you mind? Another 1,000.
The check is no good.
Right? So the rabbi is telling the guy, listen, Habibi. Right? You want another 1,000 books? You're not going to get one book if you don't put cash on the table. Right? All of us will do the same thing. Besides, if the rabbi will be very stressed for money. If the guy that needs the money is going to be very stressed for the money, he will accept one more time another check only because he's stressed. Imagine Chaz Shalom, someone is coming to the rabbi and he's telling him, listen, if you're not going to pay me the rent of this whatever it is, I'm going to sue you. So the rabbi needs something, to pass it over. So he will accept one more time the check, right? Say Chachamim, you know how Borei Olam made the heart of Paro strong and hard? Very easy. The first time, the first makkah, the first plague, for how long it was? Chachamim are saying a whole week. Every makkah was a week. Can you imagine what that means? A makkah a week without water? In Venezuela, how many days it didn't have water? Huh? No, I'm saying without water at all. At all. Okay, and they're running crazy, and they're escaping. And what are they going to do? Over here, it's not that they didn't have water. It's whatever was water is becoming to blood. You cry, you're not crying water. You're crying blood. People were all dirty, sticky, red, smell. Now one day, not 2 days, there is no way where to wash. Chachamim are saying that when the Hartumim, when the magicians wanted to make the plague, how they made the plague if there is no water for them? If every single water that they were getting was already turned into blood, how they made the plague? There are many terutzim. One of them is they had to buy. And they had to buy very expensive. That's the only way.
They couldn't do it backwards. They couldn't turn blood into water.
No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. Say Chachamim, by the way, that's why Chachamim are saying that the major nes wasn't only to give the plague, but to take it out. Once you give a plague, it's great. But you take it out to arrange something bad, it's much harder than to ruin something. That's why major nes was to arrange it. Anyway, so Paro, the first plague, imagine, everybody's running crazy. People are crying, they're crying blood. Paro calls up Moshe, and he tells him, yeah, Moshe, do me a favor, get out of here. Tell God, return everything back. I believe on God, whatever. Go out. He says, oh, you want to go us out? Okay, how are you going to pay? What do you mean, how are you going to pay? How are you going to let us out? Check. What do you mean, check? First, take out the plague, then I take you out. You promise. Yeah, of course I promise. Now the first time I can believe you, but all meant to take us out. What happened? He said, you know what, let me try. Let me try to bounce the check. And the check was bounced. Second plague, worse than the first plague. And Rabotai, in the second plague, Chachamim are saying, not only they had frogs. I just heard, in the news I saw it, that in one of the places here in Florida, they got a whole plague of frogs. I don't know if you heard that. Now, they had a whole plague of frogs, not regular frogs. They have a type of poison, something that's very dangerous for kids. They're running crazy. They says people are going out, they step on frogs. Mamash. One of the places over here in Florida, I don't know exactly where, I saw it in the news. Crazy. Anyway, imagine a whole country. Yeah? Chachamim are saying the worst part of the makkah of the frogs was what? Huh? The noise. The noise, they couldn't sleep, they couldn't hear, they couldn't nothing. You were talking to someone, it's impossible. I can't imagine you have a Congo, how you call it, yeah? Right next to you, 24/7. 24/7. Chachamim are saying, why God did this? Says, Midah, Keneged Midah. You were screaming and yelling at the Yehudim, you're going to get screaming yells. Not only that, you made the people to see how you were killing their children. And you were able to hear them crying and screaming, no problem. You're going to have the same exact situation. Anyway, Paro sees all these makkah. He's getting crazy as well. And he calls up Moshe. And now what happened? He sees that Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, no problem. You paying with check? Yes. What do you mean? Yeah. Take me out the makkah, then I take them out. No problem. I will pray for God, you will not have the makkah anymore. Say Paro to himself, one second. Moshe is doing that? Probably he's stressed. He needs money. In 2 words, whatever he's building up that God is making it is not real. It's him. And he can do only these type of magicians, but he cannot take them out. He's not God. If he was God, if there was a God on top of him, why he needs me? He should tell me, listen, Paro, Habibi, until the last Jew will not leave Mitzrayim, you will not see one frog there. Mata Omer. But he didn't do that. So Paro started to have the heart strong. Say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, why are you doing that? Why Borei Olam was doing that to Paro? למען שיתי אותותי אלה בקרבו, ולמען תספר באוזני בנך ובנך את אשר התעללתי במצרים. Meaning Borei Olam wanted to make them suffer. What do you think? All those years that those Mitzrim gave us a Holocaust, that's it? 1 minute of plague and halas? No. I want to make you suffer the same exactly way that he made suffer Am Yisrael.
So that's why Pharaoh didn't die? Because he wasn't...
Correct, until the last minute. Yes, he had to suffer until the last minute. That's right. And say Chachamim that in the plague of Tzefardea, there is machloket. If he died then, or if he did teshuvah, because it says mi chamocha and mi kamocha, right? Anyway, what we have to understand over here is exactly what's the message of all this. You know what's the message? Very simple. Rabotai, when we are living our daily life, imagine you have a cold, someone have a cold, and you're going to the doctor, you don't feel well, you're having, some pain in the throat, you go to the doctor says, listen, you have an infection. Oh, I have an infection. Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to go to the shul, you're going to open the hechal, you're going to do tehillim, right? You're going to take in nishmat kol chai, you're going to pray with kavanah, then you're going to do teshuvah because of all the averot that probably you made. And then, one more time, the whole entire tehillim, and then you're going to be cured. Sounds good, right? Why no one is doing that? Who's going to be crazy like that, Bar Minan? Right? Who's going to do that? No one. We're going to go to the doctor. Doctor, give me an antibiotic, and that's it. When are we opening the Echal, making teshuvah, and doing tehillim? When we feel that the sickness is not anymore in our hands. Say Chachamim, I want you to know that the whole point of Mitzrayim was to understand that I want you to take out the strong heart that you have. Don't think that you manage the things around you. But all thought that, and that's why you got all the 10 plagues. Until the last plague, he gave up. He says, listen, I'm killing my own kids. Even after he let them out, what happened? Paro is turning up after 3 days to his people, and he's telling them, whoa, why we took them out? We're crazy. What we did? Hello, what you did? You're still in the middle of the Shiva. What you did? You don't remember all the 10 plagues? What's going on with you? What's the answer? The answer is, Paro had one more time a thought that he controls the situation. How? Because Bnei Yisrael were walking 3 days outside Mitzrayim in the Midbar, and Am Yisrael were making rounds, right, next to Avodah Zarah that they had. The Avodah Zarah was the Avodah Zarah of the Parnassah, say Chachamim. Yeah, how the pasuk writes. What was the name of? I forgot. Okay, I will tell you after. Am Yisrael were making rounds and rounds and rounds near this Avodah Zarah. Say Paro to his people, oh, one second. You see, by the Mitzrim, they got the Makot, and not only the Mitzrim were getting the Makot, their Avodah Zarah as well. Especially Makat Bechorot, not only they died, but also the Avodah Zarah died. What that means they died? They explode. If it was made of stone, it was exploding. If it was made up of gold or whatever it is, it was melting, right? So say Paro to his people, listen, there is one God that didn't get killed, Kivyachol. One God that is the real one, that is the strong one. What is this God? The God that is outside Mitzrayim, that is right over there, controlling our money. And he's not letting Am Yisrael leave. Why? Because Am Yisrael took all our money. You know what? Who is controlling the situation? We are controlling our God. You know what? Let's go for them. This is called le'akshot et halev. This is called to take your heart and to make it strong. Rabotai, until today, we're suffering with that same type of sickness. Until today, we think and we feel that there are many areas that we control. All the point of Yetziat Mitzrayim, all the point of Pesach, all the point of the Haggadah is just to teach us we don't control nothing. Anything. Whatever is happening is only in the hands of Borei Olam. The Hafetz Chaim, and I told you this story in the past, the Hafetz Chaim had many times, he was feeling bad. He was having all type of sicknesses. He never went to a doctor. Why not? Every time that he was sick, or one of his children was sick, you know what he was doing? He was going to the shul. He was opening the Echal. He was doing teshuvah and he was doing tehillim. When he was coming back home, he was cured. Obviously, we're not in the level of the Hafetz Chaim, and we have to go to the doctor. But I was one time in the doctor, and I saw the doctor praying something. A Jew. I asked him, what are you praying? He says, no, I pray every morning before my first patient. I pray this prayer. I saw it. It's called Tefillah LaRofeh. What is this prayer? It's a prayer to understand that all what I think that I know in medicines is nothing if there is not the will of Hashem to cure this person. And he was praying, please, Borei Olam, help me out to cure the people throughout your help only. This is called to have Geulah, to go outside the exile. Only when a person have this emunah, that understands that everything is from Borei Olam, then we can go from Galut to Geulah. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.